the dust clears from Nigeria's fuel subsidy strikes in January, experts are predicting another storm. Reports are circulating that come April, the fuel subsidy will be fully removed by the federal government, pushing petrol prices from 97 naira back to 141 naira. Uche Okoronko spoke to the Minister of Finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and asked what the government's plans are.
First of all, I did not say anything about removing subsidies in April. I want to be very clear on that because there's a lot of misinformation that gets around. I didn't say any date whatsoever on removing subsidies. I talked about what we need to do as a government. I just said we are committed to doing that, but before we do that, we have to build trust with the Nigerian people, and they've expressed where they want the trust to be built. And that is that they want to see that the money that we have gotten from the partial phase out, first is they see transparently each month what it is, and we have started to publish that in the papers. Second, that it is put into programs that make a visible improvement in their lives. So we've got a program of social safety nets, public works programs and jobs for the skilled and unskilled. And we've also got a program of maternal health and child health, a program of mass transit, and a program of vocational education. These are the things we put in place to deal with improving service delivery to the poorer segments of the population, as well as creating jobs. Then, in addition to that, we are doing several large infrastructure projects that we want to complete. And there again, Nigerians, one of the things that they lament about is the poor state of infrastructure. So several key roads that they travel on and rail systems, we are going to be working on those. And I think that when we've built that trust and shown that we are embarked on this, then we can talk about the removal.
Now, during your China trip last week, you announced that you were asking the Chinese government to borrow about $3 billion for priority projects here in Nigeria. How did that go?
The trip to China went very well. The Chinese were very receptive. We met with the Ministry of Commerce, the Exim Bank at the top levels, the Ministry of Finance at the top levels, the China Development Bank. And the whole idea is that we have a very modest and very good debt to GDP ratio overall, 20% at the moment, which is far lower than the international norm of 60%. In fact, in Nigeria, we've even decided to give ourselves an even lower norm of 30% that we should not exceed. So at this moment, we're 20%. And our external debt to GDP ratio is even lower at about 4%. So we thought that there's room to try and accomplish some of the key infrastructure projects by talking to China. And they were very receptive. So on the issue of light rail, we have a project of light rail mass transit in Abuja. They are willing to support us to complete that for about $500 million. We have aviation. We want to build new terminals. The Minister of Aviation was there. They are interested in doing that and supporting us. Several road and rail systems. They are also interested in that. An ICT backbone system. So all the major types of infrastructure we presented to them for the amount you talked about, but the issue is delivering key projects that Nigerians want, and I think it went very well. So I hope that over the next 2 or 3 months, we'll be able to cement these agreements.